By a quick show of hands, raise your hand if you had a great time doing NTS. Thank you. Now also raise your hand if you're having a great time tonight. And say aye. I said say aye. Thank you. Thank you. So throughout my talk this evening, I'm going to keep it nice and short, nothing too long. I might call out a few words. So for example, if at any point I say okay, I want you to say back to me, alright. So let's quickly try that. Okay? 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 Brilliant. Now if at any point throughout my talk I say alright, I want you to say okay. Okay, let's test that as well. You ready? Alright? 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 Okay? Okay? Alright? Alright, brilliant. At this point, before I continue, anybody in the back, if you want to come forwards, please feel free. I don't want you to miss out on anything being said. So if you want to come up and come forwards and stand up, it's up to you, but I don't want you to miss out. But before I do continue, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself so you can understand why I'm here standing in front of you here today, where I've been come from and where I'm going in the future. So as mentioned, my name's Kylie Damali. I'm a mum and dad's son. I'm originally from Catford, which is in South London. Now I live in Crewe, which is in South Cheshire. In terms of my background, over here in South London, I went to college, did alright, nothing spectacular. Went over to university, got a first class in psychology. I then became elected vice president and governor of my university. So just to put that into perspective I can never say that word. Just to put that into perspective for you, that's like me running your college, for example. Now, over here, I work for myself full-time. Just this recently, a few months ago, I've been labelled the top 10 or the top 100 young entrepreneurs in the whole of the world. I run myself an events management business and also do speaking, as you can see today. Is that a round of applause? Thank you. So as I speak to you here today, it's not necessarily about me. That's why I just want to give myself just a very brief intro. It's about you and how you can move forward to get to where you want to be in the future. Because right now we've all completed the NCS program, which has elements which are very, very fun. At the residential, do things such as archery, laser quest, nightline. Okay, some people didn't like nightline. But it's very, very easy to sometimes forget what was the whole principle and the whole ethos around NCS. Guys in the back, I'm going to need you to be quiet, please. This is the important part. We can have the interactive part in a second. But like I said to you, it's very, very easy to sometimes forget what is the whole purpose and what is the whole ethos when you sign up to the NCS. Aside from all the fun and stuff like that, the whole purpose of it was to raise money for charities, such as the Joshua Tree. And now, at this point, I want to invite you and firstly thank you for raising all the money that you have done and putting all the hours in that you have done over the past couple of weeks.
My pleasure.
You're very welcome. But at this point, I want to invite you to continue and don't let it stop there. Because the absolute worst thing you can do right now is to think, alright, I've done my part, I did my bit of volunteering, I did my bit of charity, I'm cool for the rest of my life, I don't have to do anything else. But I would argue right now, if you do that, if you make that decision, you'll be making a massive mistake. Because charity isn't something that you do over 10 days. Charity isn't something you do over 1 month. Charity is something that you do over your whole life. And allow me to explain. There's 3 different types of ways you can give when it comes to charity. How many different types of ways?
3.
How many?
3.
Thank you. The first way that I want you to continue giving when you leave these doors is I want you to continue giving in terms of your money, which is the one most people think. A lot of people think, okay, I'm going to donate money to charity, which is fantastic. That's level 1 if you look at it on the charity scale. In terms of myself personally, in my life, I made a commitment in September of 2015 to give 10% of everything that I make. For example, if I make £1 in a whole month, obviously I don't, but if I make £1 in a whole month, I'm going to give away 10p. If I make £10, I'm going to give away £1. If I make £100, I'm going to give away £10. If I make £1,000, I'm going to give away £100. If I make 10 grand in a month, I'm going to give away £1,000. Because you need to understand that 10%, you don't necessarily need it. You don't necessarily need that 10%, but that's something that you can give to a great cause. So that's the first way. How many ways did I say there were?
3.
Okay, on to the second one. The second way you can give, if you haven't got the money to give away, that's fine. But the second way you can give in terms of your belongings or the things that you have. I can always guarantee that every single one of us, in our wardrobes at home, there's probably some clothes that we don't wear. Or for the ladies in particular, there's probably some shoes that you stopped wearing a long time ago. But you're just keeping it for the sake of keeping it because you want it. But how about going to a charity shop and just giving that to a great cause? Because if you can't give money, there's nothing wrong with giving to yourself, giving away some old clothes. To give you an example, just to let you know that I'm not chatting crap, today before I came here, as I was getting ready for this talk, I've got a pile of my clothes, I walked down to the British Heart Foundation in Crewe and I gave it to them. You know, and as I was giving it, a part of me was like, oh my gosh, no way am I going to give them my grey tracksuit. No way am I going to give them my t-shirt. Because, you know, they cost me like 30, 40, 50 pounds. But the truth of the matter is, I stopped wearing them many, many years ago. I'm just keeping them in the back of my wardrobe just for the sake of it. But for me donating, when I donated in the shop, the woman's face was like, wow, you've been serious. Last time I gave away a pair of Armani jeans to the charity shop. That's like £300. I don't wear them anymore because they're not my size. I gave them to charity. You know, so like I said, if you can't give away money, can you give away clothes? And the last way, how many ways did I say you were again? 3. The last way, which is the most important way, because this is something that a lot of people describe as being your most valuable asset. This is something most people describe as being your most valuable commodity. What did someone say?
The mind.
The mind? No, I mean, I like to think my mind is very valuable, I'm not going to lie to you. But the most valuable commodity that you can give away is your time. Good job. Give that man a round of applause. Got that one there. Oh, okay. But allow me to explain why. Because every single one of us, we can leave Macclesfield Football Club, we can leave this room and find £10 on the floor. If we're lucky. But we can't leave this room and find 10 minutes on the floor. You can leave this room and find money on the floor, but you're not going to leave and find time. Because once time is spent, you can never get that back. Hence why they say that time is your most valuable asset. So how you're using your time is very, very important. So not just you, not just your life, but the whole of society. So if you can't give away money, if you can't give away clothes because you're too stingy, you don't want to keep them, can you give time? So again, it's like back to myself again. If I find myself in a month's time and I haven't given away enough money, haven't given away enough of my belongings, I think, how can I donate my time? You know, I did a bit of work with the young offenders in Crewe. You know, they didn't have to pay me a dime to do that. They didn't pay me a cent. I did that out of the care of my heart. So how many of you can either give in terms of your money, how many of you can give in terms of your commodities, or how many of you can give in terms of your time? And the whole purpose of why I started to think like this over a year ago is because during the time in my events management business, you know, my first year of doing it, you know, I did it right. You know, I did okay, but certain months poured in a lot of money. Certain months, absolute nothing. I had 2 of them months in a row. I had April and May of 2014, no money, absolute zero. I remember being on the phone to my dad, absolutely in tears. And any of the guys in the room, you know how hard it is to open up to your dad out of all people? But I was on the phone to my dad in tears saying that, Dad, I haven't been able to bring in no money these last couple of months. And it made me baffled, it made me think, why? I was doing so much, but why wasn't I getting that money in? And so what that motivated me to do is that whenever I experience some pain or difficulty in my life, I always like to express it into poetry, I always like to express it in spoken word. But what I find is that I was doing so much giving, but I wasn't giving anything back. So I'd like to share it with you. Can I share it with you?
Yeah.
All right? All right? All right? Okay? All right. Listen. Don't wait for good things to happen to you before you start showing gratitude. Do you agree that we're all eventually going to need help from someone in some way, shape or form in the future? So why wait for someone else to give it first? Just pay it forwards. And you'll be surprised what will come along your way. And yes, at first for some this may seem a little bit awkward, but in the long run, trust me, you will be rewarded. Because the fact that you've helped someone means that in due time, you have to get something back. In psychology, we call this the law of reciprocity. The act of a good thing happening to you because of a positive action that you've done before. Or, in simple layman's terms, because you scratched my back, now I'll scratch yours. So if you've been wondering why good things haven't been coming along your way, maybe it's because you need to be doing more giving. And if you're unsure where to start, next time somebody asks, just do them that favour. Or you can do other simple things such as tipping. And you'll find that this law will be on your side. And if you're still unsure about this way of living, just remember that nobody has ever been made poor by giving. Thank you. Just one more point. Thank you, guys, just for that piece. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, and ideally, in an ideal world, ideally, I shouldn't have to say this. In an ideal world, I shouldn't have to say what I'm about to say to you. Because if I have it my way, you wouldn't need me to say it. Let me just tell you what I'm about to tell you, give you the background as to why. For my group, shouts out to my groups right here. For my group, on the Monday, on our third day of our social action delivery, we decided to do a cake fair at South Cheshire College. Who goes to South Cheshire? Raise your hands. Make some noise, South Cheshire. Oh, no, a few people. Okay, well, got a few people here. So it was a great day. You know, we had Harry, my man Harry, wearing a giraffe suit. You know, we had me wearing like a bear costume, and we was making money, you know, for Joshua Tree, selling cakes, doing different type of things to raise money in the college. And the college was sick, by the way. Like, my college in South London was like, you know, it's just like that corner over there with the boxes. But, you know, South Cheshire College is a sick college. And the day was going fine, and I really was enjoying it. But as it got to about halfway, I met some people who, because this is my second time doing NCS, I met some people who I did NCS with in the summer, which is my first time. And it was like, you know, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. How's your summer been, etc. You know, did you get the results you want for GCSEs? They said, yeah, because they're in college. I said, fantastic. And then the next question I asked them was, are you enjoying your course? Now, sadly, 90% of the kids I spoke to, I said, are you enjoying your course? Are you having a good time here? They said, no. Now, I would argue that that is an absolute damn shame. Like I mentioned to you, time is your most valuable asset, time is your most valuable commodity. Then if you're committing 2 years plus to a course or something that you don't like doing, why? Particularly when you look at the age of you're 16, 17 years old, if you're already facing this route whereby you're not enjoying what you're doing, how the hell do you think you're going to be when you're my age in your 20s? You know, if you go to my Facebook list and see my friends, half of them are moaning about their day job, half of them are moaning about their full-time work, half of them are moaning about life. And they're in their 20s. But I've got some of the kids I was working with in the summer who are doing that in their teens, 16, 17. So if any of you inside your heart, you know that right now you're not enjoying what you're doing, I'd ask you why. Firstly, why are you doing it? And secondly, why don't you do something else? Because here's the problem. A lot of us think the time that we have now is going to last forever. Ask any of your parents in this room right now. They can tell you what it's like being 16. They can remember being 17. That time's going to go for you like that. So if you're spending your best years, 16, 17, still living at home with your parents, and if you're being bored and depressed about your course, or depressed about what you're doing, then perhaps you need to change something. Because guess what? Soon you're going to move out. Soon you're going to get into the real world. You're going to move in with yourself or with flatmates. And if you still have this mentality, I'd argue that you're wasting your time. We live in the greatest time on earth right now, being the 21st century, to do whatever it is that you want. You know, there's kids 14 starting businesses. There's people 16, 17, 18 getting full-time jobs doing things that they love. And if you're going to waste time doing something that you don't like doing, I'll beg for you to stop. This morning, as I was coming here, before I came here, I was watching a TED Talk. And who's heard of TED? Everyone heard of TED? Everyone watched TED Talks? Yeah? So a good friend of mine who I did business with about a year or so ago, she got flown over to America to do a TED Talk with her 11-year-old daughter. And it was something that her daughter said in a TED Talk that really struck a chord with me and really resonated. And the reason I want to share it with you here is because if you can start to understand, if you can begin to fathom it, you won't be in the rut where you're bored at 16, 17. You won't be in the rut when you get to your 20s and be bored and fed up with life. She said something, I'm going to paraphrase her, I can't remember what she said specifically, but she said that children and young people, such as yourselves, have the advantage of not knowing what is not possible. I'm going to say that again in case you missed it. She said that children and young people have the advantage of not knowing what is not possible. And allow me to explain. Because what happens in life is that when you leave home, when you get to 18, 19, 20, wherever you leave home, life can be sweet, everything could be going fine. And then bang, life hits you in the face. And things, any ideas you begin to have, you think, you know what, I'm not going to do that, it's not going to work. You know, you base all your future decisions on past results. You know, I'm not going to go for that job because I never got it this time. I'm not going to start that business because it never worked last time. However, with children and young people, they don't know what is not possible. So any idea they have, any idea whether it's a business, whether it's a job, they just go for it. And the reason why that resonated with me so much, because in March of 2014, when I was vice president and governor of my university, I had to make a decision whether to rerun and do a second term in office. Now, the job was fantastic, don't get me wrong, I loved it, you know, I was very, very high up in terms of the structure of the university. You know, all the students would come up to me for everything. I really enjoyed being able to help them. But inside of me, I knew that I wasn't really happy with what I was doing, despite the fact that I had all of this data going up and down the country. I mean, I was also the director of the NUS. I don't know if anyone's heard of the National Union of Students. So I had very, very high class roles. But inside of me, I didn't really feel satisfied. So I made a decision that, right, I'm never going to just do something for a paycheck. I'm never going to do something just for a status. I'm only going to do something if it's because I love it. And a few weeks ago, I know some of my group have seen it, I dropped another spoken word piece to really reflect how I feel. Because since March of 2014 to now, you know, my life has changed. It's been an absolute movie from what used to be in South London. You know, I've been all over the world, etc. So it tempted me to write this piece. Can I share it with you?
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
All right? Okay? I can't hear you guys over there. You're in my group. Okay? Thank you. It's funny how things change. Because now I get paid half of my old monthly wage for standing up and speaking words on the stage. It works because I'm paid, so I work because I'm paid. And if you do what you love, then you never have to work in a day. I don't work like a slave, but I still work to my grave. And the haters try to wet me, but I just surf on them waves. I got thirst in my grave, but I'm still thirsty for change. So even on cloud 9, I'll still burst it for rain. Because days ain't the same, and it's days who's to blame. Until we stand up and realize that we don't need to play in this game. I'm not chasing the fame. I'm just making the flame to give way for the next generation again. Thank you. And as I close, I just want to leave you with this. In terms of charity, just remember, there's how many ways you can give? 3. Thank you. The first one is? Money. Second one? Clothes. Final one? Time. I love you guys, you know, you guys are awesome. The second thing to leave you with, just remember that right now you're in some of the best years you've got in your life, 16, 17 years old, really embrace that. When you leave, continue to have that momentum and go with it. And finally, I just want to say that I've been Khalid Tamani, you've been a fantastic audience, and I want you to enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.